Now, there's lots and lots of reasons why people don't write and publish. Um, I'm not immune from this. I have written several memoirs and have unpublished them all. As far as I'm concerned, what they did is they helped me heal. At the time, it was important. Now it's not. It's in the past. But I've done this. I've got lost in the story. We all have been through so much, and it's like, well, which part of the story and how do I structure it and how do I present it? And then there's that whole thing about how do I share my darkest moments? Well, I decided I don't want to because it's in the past. So for me, that's no longer important for me to get all of those stories out there, been through it, got the t-shirt. I've done a lot of healing, but I find that this is a really quite a big issue for a lot of people. Then there's that thing of, oh my God, I've got to write, 40, 50, 60, however many thousand words. People want shorter books these days. They want something that is easier to consume. They want to start it, do the stuff, get the outcome, and then go on their merry way. That's a generalization, but one can get this real sense of overwhelm. You've outlined it and it's like, well, that looks great. I've got 12 or 10, 14, however many chapters. And then it's like, oh, now I've got to structure it and write it. And then, we have lots and lots of mindset issues. Am I good enough? Who's going to read it? Who cares? Etc. etc. So, there's a whole lot of stuff that is going on in lots of people's heads. This is another one of mine. It's called scope creep. Try saying that when you haven't got your teeth in. Like overstuffing your book with too many things. And, we know, I'll talk about this later, we know a lot of stuff. And it's like, oh, they're going to want to know that. No, and they need to know that. And before you know it, you've got 80,000 words. And it's like, I can't publish a book of 80,000 words. It'd be like this. And, you've got to start taking stuff out. So what is lovely about a journal is it's a small part of that bigger picture. And you can write, lots of journals. You don't just have to have one journal. And then there's is this the right book? And, what is it I want to talk to people about? But if you're creating a journal, it's for a specific purpose. You want to teach, coach, counsel, provide therapy, healing around this particular thing. So it's much, much easier. So instead of struggling and thinking, I'm going to write that book and it's going to get lost in, all the other books that are out there, you write a journal that is practical and you're going to use pretty much on a day-to-day basis with your clients. So, I'm guessing that some of these things will resonate. You might have some other ideas of your own about, why you've never got it done. And I promise you, writing a journal is so much easier. And here's what people do: procrastinate. So some people start and then they give up, and some people don't ever start. I've had people come to me for coaching, and they just can't start. I remember years ago I had such a lovely person. Oh gosh, right at the very beginning of my book coaching career. And he just couldn't start. We had this amazing idea, fantastic outline. I sent him off to a mindset coach, and he just literally couldn't do it because he worked on lean processes, but he wanted to do it in a spiritual way, and he just thought that his audience wouldn't accept him. So he just didn't start and he gave up. And, that happens so many times, and it is such a shame.